Hey Dan, Joe Whalen, ABC here in Birmingham. I know Coach Malzahn has said it time and time again, your teammates say it time and time again. Do you think you're the best kicker in the country?
I don't think I'm going to sit up here and brag on myself. I'm glad Coach has a lot of faith in me. My teammates have a lot of faith in me. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm trying to do and make every field goal I'm out there to do. And so, I'm just trying to help the team out. And, there's a lot of good kickers across the country, so it's very competitive. So, I got to have my A game each game, basically. So I'm going to try and do that.
Daniel, we're on the far right in the back under the lights. Hard to see back there.
Yeah, so I guess kind of an interesting trend in the series between Auburn and Texas A&M is the road team has won every single game. So when Auburn goes to A&M, you guys have won. When A&M goes to Auburn, they've won. Why do you think that trend exists?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, hopefully that trend continues this year. We're on the road there, so they're a good team and they're a tough team. So. We've had some tough battles with them and, games that have kind of gone down to the wire. So, I think we just need to take it one game at a time and, I'm sure there'll be a tough opponent once we get there.
Daniel, now over here to the far left.
Daniel Carlson, Professor of AL.com Youth Center. Two questions. One, talk to me a little bit about whether we're going to see the full breadth of your kicking experience, i.e. place kicking for field goals, extra points, as well as kickoffs. Secondly, talk to me about where you see yourself in terms of scoring, hoping to maybe score more on extra points as opposed to field goals.
Yeah, I'll start with that second part. I think, of course I want to make field goals and, get those 3 points and, show off a strong leg when I can. But at the end of the day, I'm here to help the team. And, if we score 10 touchdowns and I have 10 extra points, that's perfectly okay with me, So I think for me, I'm just going out there to do my job when I'm called to it, and if they need some points on the board, I'm going to just do my very best to do that.
Okay, Daniel, here to the center right.
Hey, Daniel, Madeline Adams, WFB in Baton Rouge. You kicked 6 field goals against LSU. Can you just tell me how it was to be a big impact in that game?
Yeah, at the time I knew I was getting pretty busy about halfway through it, and but just that to be the deciding factor of the game kind of was, very unique, really special to me, and I think just a big game for our team as a whole. Just how that kind of played out towards the rest of the season even. So really fun for me to be out there so much and be kind of busy, but. At the end of the day, I'm just doing my job, and when I go out there, I'm expected to come back with 3 points. So just like I said, just pretty busy day is all it was.
Daniel, over here to the far left.
You've been named to the watch list for the Blue Groza, I think, for the past 3 years now. Is this the year that you really want to take this award home? Is this something that you kind of thought about?
I mean, I think I've wanted it the last 3 years, 4 years really, but hopefully this year we'll do it. That means I've had a really good year. There's a lot of good kickers across the country, and luckily I've been pretty close to winning it. But I'd love to get back there third time. It's an awesome award, huge honor as a kicker. So we'll see how things play out this year.
Okay, moving to the risers right here on the right side, Daniel.
Daniel, Brandon Cameron, WVUA 23. A lot of these questions sort of center around your legacy, and you may not want to talk about, whether or not you're the best kicker, but have you thought about your legacy as one of the best college kickers of all time?
I mean, I've read about it and I've heard about it, and my grandpa and my family and people like to brag on me. My Holder likes to brag on me a lot because he won't talk about himself. But it's been fun. It's been an awesome journey, and I hope I do break some records and continue to do well. And then later when I'm older, I can brag about myself. But for right now, I'm just doing the best I can, and I'm just enjoying every moment because it's been awesome to experience this.
Okay, Daniel, Joe Whalen here to the center left.
Daniel, as far as what you can fine-tune and improve on at this point, is it just a matter of not missing field goals, which you don't really do that often anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really technical sport, really skilled sport, and so there's always things I can improve on, and I kind of always say it's like golf, you know, and I mean, even Tiger Woods, when he was in his prime, he changed his swing like 7 times or something. So, I mean, I think there's always little things I can improve on, and so that's what I continue to do, and can, you know, try and keep getting better and better. So, you know, taking care of that during practice, so, you know, hopefully it'll pay off during game day.
Daniel, right here to the center right.
Hey, Daniel, Jacques Doucet, WAFB in Baton Rouge, kind of lighthearted stuff. Did you see the Louisville kicker try to tackle Darius Geis in the bowl game?
I think I did, yeah, and I've seen some different clips of, you know, kickers getting demolished here and there, but, you know, I'm 6'5", so I'm not the smallest guy in the world, luckily, but, you know, it's definitely not our job assignment, but, you know, you got to be ready in case that happens, and, you know, I've been in on a couple tackles here and there. And it's a little different for us, but you know, I think that's something you can always improve on. So yeah, kickers, but there's been plenty of kickers that have put good hits on guys, so you know, I don't think they like to show that as much.
I was going to say you are kind of a bigger guy for it, so that's something you can't practice, but when you're looking that guy in the eyes, you just have to do something, right, when he's running at you? Just
kind of hope your instinct kicks in, I guess, is all it is, but yeah, luckily I've been in on a couple, and I remember I missed one against Todd Gurley when he was at Georgia on a kickoff, but it got called back for you know, blocking the back or something. So luckily nothing else besides that.
Okay, Daniel, we're over here to the far left.
Aslan Hodges of CBS in Dothan. Trey said he's seen a kind of personality change in Coach. He's more calm, cool, and collected. Coach has said he's changed strategically and stuff. Have you seen any changes from Coach personality-wise, or the way he kind of carries himself in practice and stuff?
Yeah, I think he is really trying to be, you know, more relational with us, and like you said, kind of more calm. And you know, usually he's so worried about the offense, and you know, he's so busy and stuff. But I think he's trying to, you know, build relationships with the players a little more than in the past. And you know, I have the most respect in the world for him. Just a great guy and a great coach. And so he's trying to change his role a little, and you know, he's just trying to help out the team how he thinks best. So you know, we'll see what it looks like this season, but really honored to have him as a head coach.
Daniel, another question here on the far right on the wall.
You talked about your family and friends bragging on you. You also mentioned your holder. Tyler Stovall's from our area. He has an interesting path, obviously playing baseball professionally for a little while. What's the special combination right there between you two? We always talk about cohesiveness along the offensive line, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar with holders and kickers as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge part of it, is, you know, making sure you have a guy there that you can trust and, you know, you can count on getting it down every single time. And, you know, he's, like you said, he's a guy that played professional baseball and was drafted out of high school, and, you know, he came back to college because he wanted a college education, and, you know, he loved Auburn football and wanted to join, and, you know, this is a way he can help out. But he's, you know, he's worked extremely hard, and he's 27 years old and married, and it's not the typical college football athlete, but he's worked extremely hard and made my job a lot easier, along with the snapper, Ike Powell. So it makes my job a lot easier, you know. And a lot of times we kind of relate it to a pitcher and catcher combination. You know, you got to kind of have that relationship that you can trust each other, and you know enough about each other to help each other out there. So he's been a huge part to my success, and so has Ike Powell.
Okay, we'll continue on the right-hand side in the rear. Daniel?
Hey, Daniel, what does it mean to you to be able to finish off your legacy at Auburn with your brother there?
Yeah, that's huge. It's pretty rare that people are able to do that, and so I tried not to recruit him too hard to Auburn, just because I wanted him to, you know, go where he wanted to go and where he thought he would do best. But very excited to have him join us, and you know, I think hopefully I'll set some records, and I hope he just breaks them all once he gets a chance to play the next 4 years.
Another question, Daniel, here from the right center.
Hey, Tierra Gibson, WAFB Baton Rouge. I've heard people talk about kickers as, you know, wimps or that, they skip practice? Or so what do you have to say to people who maybe hate on hate on kickers a little bit and say that their job is so easy?
Yeah, I always say it's a lot of times during practice and stuff, it is a lot less physical. But I mean, we're out there and, everybody wants to be the kicker kind of Monday through Friday, but on those Saturdays when it's fourth quarter and the game's on the line, there's not a lot of guys that really want to do that, put themselves in that pressure situation. And being at Auburn, I'm not sure how every school does it, but I'm in there for every single workout and doing the same exact stuff as the other guys. And I think that's a big part of being a leader and having the respect of your team is making sure you can relate to them. And so a lot of times I am on the backfield doing kind of our own thing, and we're kicking while the rest of the guys are doing offensive defense. But we can work hard and do our thing to be as successful as possible in our own way.
Daniel, Joe Whalen here on the center left.
What's your top end range at this point in practice, and how far do you think Coach Malzahn will usually let you attempt from a game?
In the spring game, we did a 60-yarder, and we did 2 of them, and I missed one and made one. And I think, I got plenty of leg to do that, and, I've messed around a little bit and gone back farther than that, but realistically, maybe a little past 60 would be something we might try in a game. But it just depends on the situation, and, hopefully we won't have too many 50-yarders even, but, hopefully we'll just be having a lot of extra points. But, just for those opportunities, before half, we might try something out. I know he's a big fan of letting me try and show off my leg if we get the opportunity.
Okay, Daniel, right here in the center.
During that LSU game last year, the young lady that got hit in the face with the football on the kickoff, she kind of became a celebrity and everything, huh? That was a crazy thing that went down, huh?
Yeah, she was actually a photographer for the team, and and she was an Auburn student, and actually dating one of our players at the time. So I knew her, and so I think she just wanted a chance to try and catch one, because I had been kind of kicking it out at the back of the end zone for kickoffs, and obviously it didn't end well for her, but she did have fun. I think she was on ESPN and stuff, and on some comedy show or something. But I'm glad she's okay, and we took a picture and stuff after the game, and she was a good sport about it.